Have you been with the group, or were you at the hotel and then came by?
All part of the place.
Alright.
I came here, I got the smoke because I was having a panic attack.
Well, you're good now. I've been following this for like an hour. These kids are having fun. Someone's gonna be a beer in my backpack right now.
ask you about something. So this area is holding the curfew or not?
It's hard to tell. It's a 1 mile radius from downtown, but I honestly don't know. But you're obviously media, so it doesn't matter.
No, I was just asking for information.
Yeah, no, I understand. I don't know what the exact like border is of the 1 mile radius.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
A big shout out to all you pendejos. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to all you pendejos and tontas over there in LA putting your hands on federal agents, possibly catching a felony case. You know what that does? That's making America great again. You want to know why? Because that's going to limit your ability in regards to your Second Amendment.
I came from Mexico. I came legally. I have worked all my life here to get what I have. I have never asked for a penny to the government. I didn't come here to get something from the government. I came for an opportunity and I got it. And I have the American dream.
Just like some of you black people tripping, just like you white liberals tripping, some of you Mexicans tripping. Y'all need to get y'all head out of y'all butt. You come over here legally or don't come over here. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com, we got a bunch of brand new merch, ladies and gentlemen. We got this pride shirt that I'm wearing right now. It's calling out these dumb illegals and Mexicans. I'm gonna say some of y'all Mexicans tripping. Just like some of you black people tripping, just like you white liberals tripping, some of you Mexicans tripping. Y'all need to get y'all head out of y'all butt. You come over here legally or don't come over here. And I don't know why black people is even accepting this, to be honest. I see the dumb Negro in the comment section with this stuff being like, yeah, Gavin Newsom, right, finally somebody. Y'all the dumbest people. They finna take over, y'all. Y'all finna lose all y'all rights. When I say rights, the ability for you to vote and have impact. Dumbest people in the world, boy. Some of y'all black people are the dumbest people in the world. Why do you say that, Mr. Tatum? You guys are actually advocating for a party that's trying to replace you. Do you not get it? They ain't done, they have no legislation that they put forward for black people specifically. They've done it for gays, and then they're doing it for illegals. Not just Mexican people, illegals. Black women voted 98% for Democrats, and Donald Trump won his greatest victory. That means that black women could have voted 100% for Democrats and the Republicans still would have won in a landslide. That means your vote don't count. Dummies. All that abortion and all that crazy stuff y'all been buying into and letting the Democrat run your community down a creek, your vote don't count. And if it wasn't for black men who got common sense, we wouldn't have a country. And you just give it 2 or 3 more terms. No, it ain't be that long. Let them give amnesty to these illegal aliens that are coming our country. Majority of them are Mexican. Let them give them amnesty. Your vote will never count again. There's over 20 million plus illegal aliens that cannot vote in the federal elections right now because they're illegally in this country. Now, hopefully by the time this happens, it'll be 10 million. Hopefully we get 10 million out of here. But you know what's going to happen when they give them amnesty and they give them the right to vote? Many of them already voting locally. Your vote already don't count in California. But on the federal level, when you got 20 million plus excess new voters, the black vote is, you might as well be Asian. You vote, ain't nobody care. You know the politicians gonna go after the Mexicans. That's why they're trying to give them everything they can. They're trying to give these Mexican people that come over here illegally, they're trying to give them health care. They're trying to give them housing. They're getting jobs. They letting them work under the table without paying taxes. Your black behind can't do that. Your black ashy elbows can't do that. You don't pay your tax, you're going to jail. You have to be a citizen in this country. You have to register to vote in this country. They get to do whatever they want to do. And y'all voting for it. 98%, you dumb black women voting 98% to replace you. Dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. And I gotta call it for what it is. If black women wouldn't vote 90-some% for Kamala Harris, I wouldn't even be making this statement. The dumbest people in the world has to be the black woman who voted for Kamala Harris. She ain't proposed nothing she gonna do for black women. What is she gonna do for black women? Nothing. Roll this clip.
Hey, I want to give a big shout out to all you pendejos and tontas over there in LA putting your hands on federal agents, possibly catching a felony case. You know what that does? That's making America great again. You want to know why? Because that's going to limit your ability in regards to your Second Amendment. Oh, and you know what else? That's going to limit your ability to f up this country even more and vote for another Democrat. You want to know why? Because you got a felony. But you know who don't care about you doing the tontera you're doing over there in LA? With these ICE agents, the Democrat Party don't give a shit that you're doing that. They don't care if you catch a case. They don't care if you go to jail. They don't give a about you. When the are you pendejos gonna wake up? When are you gonna wake up? And furthermore, just to further let you guys know, put some salt on the wound. A lot of these immigrants that come here from Venezuela, El Salvador, they don't give a shit about you either. So what are you doing, babosos?
I freaking love this guy. Who is this guy? He got a TikTok handle right there. Somebody find him, man. I want to interview him. I freaking love what he said because it's that funny. It's that comical.
I might start moving towards STEM, citizen, whatever.
You're gonna call it.
I mean, this is fun, but I got the knees of an 80-year-old.
If I had like unlimited energy, I would do this all night.
I mean, it's literally like choppers telling the cops, hey, just close this street, close that street. It's just dancing. Oh yeah. Like a tango.
They could have surrounded or pushed them anytime. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, they have cars. They're not gonna get us. You and I aren't the guys. I have, they're going to leave. Yup, but you're not in jail. Keep going!
Well, not tonight, bro. I'm not in cuffs.
All right, to my folks watching, I'm going to cut the live feed here just because, in case you haven't seen, basically the police kind of cut the group into kind of parts, and I ended up separated from the protesters who kept moving. And probably several blocks
I didn't do anything with
So,
violence. I was just walking with the crowd, honestly.
the police have kind of been playing, I guess you could say, like with the protesters, following them in car, and then they stop sort of near them. The protesters run away from them. They keep going. It hasn't really been like violence or action really like tonight. Well, I should say after the initial imposition of the curfew, because there was shooting at the beginning, but the protest that I've been following for the last more than an hour has basically just been running around. Many of them are in cars, and so they're doing things like grinding out the gears, or the wheels, to like pop smoke out of it. But they haven't really been fighting there. I haven't seen any kind of looting or anything like that. But in theory, violating curfew to the extent that they're in the way. In the 1 mile perimeter around downtown LA. So. With that said, I'm going to cut the live feed for now. I may end up live again. I'll keep trying to kind of follow the story, but at least for now, I'm kind of separate from the demonstration, so I'm going to cut the stream. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe.
National Guard to be deployed.
people in this pretty large group peacefully marching, and it appears this is the group that is making their way over towards Grant Park for that rally that's set to take place this evening. So you can see them coming down Temple, coming up on Spring Street underneath that tree. I would estimate about 300 to 400.
Equipped with, even in my building, even if you're in the stairwell, each door you have to have a key fob access to get in through each of those doors. So hopefully the group has accidentally locked themselves into an area here that will be quick for law enforcement to be able to get to. But you've got the LAPD right there, you've got Sheriff's Department on the other side of the building, and then CHP on the other side of that building. So if these guys come out, they will be met by law enforcement. And now LAPD is working on strategically deciding how they're going to go into that building and search it. A couple seconds ago, I did see some people that appear to live in that building that are obviously kind of figuring out all right, something's going on here as we're, watching all of this. They've got the helicopters, they've got, law enforcement down there as well. So there goes a line of CHP cruisers. And I don't know that I have ever seen so many law enforcement police cars in one location. I mean, it has been just kind of incredible to see how many police officers have been down here.
They're so well organized this time around, Mike, and we're going to keep monitoring the situation there from downtown Los Angeles to see if and when the protesters or agitators, whoever they were, who made their way into this building. As you can see there, Susie, they're using their night sun as well to kind of see if they're somehow hiding on the rooftop as well.
That's right. We'll keep an eye on our situation here in downtown LA. Meanwhile, we want to take you down now to Orange County, where protests got pretty heated in Santa Ana today as well.
Let's go back to Nicole Comstock for an update. Nicole?
Yeah, you guys, there still are quite a few people out here protesting in Santa Ana tonight. Lots of families, lots of really young people. Currently, they are on the move, but we will give you a look behind us here right as they're lighting off a firework, apparently. But there's still people gathered here at this 7-Eleven parking lot at Bristol and McFadden. What we've seen so far really is just a lot of people out here gathered with flags, driving down the street, trying to get honks from people, signs expressing their frustrations with President Trump and his ICE raids. No vandalism so far that we've seen tonight, very unlike last night when we
behaving like a tyrant.
Well, today, the state filed this request for a temporary restraining order to block the use of the California National Guard in immigration enforcement.
A federal judge denied that request for an emergency restraining order, but the judge did set a hearing for Thursday afternoon. The state says it does not oppose using California National Guard members to protect federal buildings, but it does not want the soldiers used for ICE raids and immigration enforcement.
The president has been engaged in an
It's crazy to me. Ain't it to y'all? Like, you know, it's like your auntie and them will come out and say something real stupid. You like, man, what planet are y'all living on? These Mexicans will rob you, rape you, and everything. Not all of them. I'm saying the ones that come over here legally that will. They already proven. That's why they're getting deported. They raping people. They assaulting kids. And I'm going to tell you this. They're committing way more crimes than we actually know. And the reason why you don't catch them as often is because other people that they're violating are afraid to call the police because they're illegal. So if an illegal alien go and rob an illegal alien, what are they going to do? They ain't finna call the cops because they think they're going to get deported. So they don't report it. When Juan Soto come to your house and do something to a kid that's living in the household, who going to report him? Because then everybody going to go to jail. Then you're going to find out all y'all illegal. Everybody getting deported. These people are preying on vulnerable communities in America whom the Democrats only want to use. Talking about these people are getting taken advantage of. And Democrats don't care. They should be focusing their energy and efforts to get a process that if a person have a legitimate asylum claim, we can take them down there, legitimize their asylum claim, they can be in America. Or if they want a temporary work visa, we find a way that if this person is actually working and not committing crimes, they can qualify for a work visa. Why can't we do that in 24 hours? They should be fighting for that instead of saying, no, everybody, none of what they're doing is legal. They all civil. It's all a civil case. They never did. Who you think gonna cut the grass? Well, some of the people with the H-1B visa or H visas or whatever the visas, because they got H1, H2, HB1, and they got all kind of visas. Somebody with an agricultural visa, which is like a H2 visa, they're the ones, not the legals. It's the ones that got the visa. Should be. Those people are paying taxes. But you talking about the ones that can't even speak English? They paying taxes. How are they gonna pay taxes? They can't even read. They can't read the English. They gonna go find a place that's English that say this how you pay your taxes. Where they gonna find that place at? Y'all the stupidest people on planet Earth. All right, do we got another one?
I am a legal immigrant, and I want to tell you something. I'm disgusted by what people from other countries like Mexico are doing right now in my new country. I came from Mexico. I came legally. I have worked all my life here to get what I have. I have never asked for a penny to the government. I didn't come here to get something from the government. I came for an opportunity and I got it. And I have the American dream. What about all of those people protesting in California and New York? What are they doing? They are burning the city. If you don't like to be deported and you want to stay here, you have to have your best behavior. Not the worst behavior. You think that we want you here? With that behavior of burning cars, burning the entire city? Why? Why do we talk to the authorities in your behalf? There has no meaning on that. And for the people that are defending these violent attackers, people that don't deserve to be here, shame on you. Shame on you, because you're supposed to talk and to tell them the truth. You're not supposed to line up with them. You're supposed to tell them, go to your country. You are waving the flag of another country that you love, go. You don't need to be here. You don't deserve to be here. You don't deserve another opportunity in this country because apparently you don't love this country like I do. So Go away.
I don't know whose ass this is gonna hurt, but I'm a Trump supporter. I'm Mexican American. I was born here in the United States, blessed. My parents are Tejanos. They were born in Texas, both. My grandparents were from Mexico. But my thing is that why is everybody so butthurt about what the president is doing? Yeah, I'm blessed to be born here. My parents were blessed to be born here. You know, but my grandparents came the legal way. Believe it or not. It is what it is. Yeah, my grandparents busted their ass in the field, along with my parents busted their ass in the field. And my parents were born here in the United States. So, like, if you don't like what the president is doing, go back to your homeland. Fix your problem. Y'all are talking about that President Trump is the worst president there is. What about the president wherever y'all are from? Why are you criticizing a president that is doing his job? He's literally doing his job. You're criticizing somebody that we, the American people, voted for, that are tired, you know, of our tax dollars going to illegals, okay? Having men compete in women's sports, having men being able to use women's restrooms. Come on now. And my thing with these illegals, you know what? And it's true. You came over here, you're a criminal. You committed a crime, whether you want to take it or not. And I don't give a shit whose feelings hurt. You take it however you want it.
So let me get this straight, just so I could clarify it. You don't want to go back to Mexico. You're protesting to stay away from Mexico. But you're waving the Mexican flag and you're waving it with pride. You're waving it in the United States, the country you're trying to stay in, the country you don't want to leave. But yet you're waving the Mexican flag with pride. Okay. That seems normal to you? That seems logical? That's not stupid at all? None of that's stupid. All right. You guys are an embarrassment to the Mexican culture and to the United States culture. You guys are an embarrassment to everybody around you, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Do better.
Why can't we see? We need our Black, Hispanic, and white brothers and sisters to band together. Because there's those of us who got common sense. And it's refreshing, right? Just like when y'all hear me and you're like, oh my God, it's so refreshing to hear a black man got some common sense for once. Same thing when you hear a Hispanic person, it's like, this is stupid. We don't agree with the stupidity that they're doing. Because it just really makes no sense for you to be flying a Mexican flag, trying not to get sent to Mexico. That's like somebody, just imagine if American was in like Europe somewhere. Yeah, America. And they like, go back to your country. No, but America. Like you hate it over there. Yeah, but no, America, shut the front door. If you're so proud of being an American, go back and live in America and make America better. There's a lot of crops to pick in Mexico. Why don't you go work? Why don't you live in Mexico? There's a lot of people that live in Mexico. If all y'all that learn all these skills in America go back to Mexico, y'all can make Mexico great again. Oh, did I hear right? The cartel? Oh, sorry. The government's corrupt?